Hi guys, in this video we will install TypeScript and provide the basic configuration to run the simple project. So let's start. I will create like an empty folder and I will open a terminal. So in the terminal, let's first initialize the project, npm project, by doing npm init -y. So it will generate the package JSON with the default configuration for the package. And now I can install actual TypeScript. We can use two ways how we can transpile TypeScript to JavaScript. The first option is to install the package, npm package, locally in your project by typing npm install TypeScript. So we have a new dependency, TypeScript. So in this video, current version of the TypeScript is 5.0.2. So maybe for your case, it can be a different version. The second option how we can use TypeScript is we can install it globally. We can type npm install -g TypeScript. Yeah, first of all, let's generate the configuration for TypeScript. So in order to operate in the TypeScript, we need a configuration setting that we can use to define how our process of transpiling is going to be. So I will type tsc --init to generate an empty, like a default configuration file, which is called tsconfig.json. In this file, we have a big property called compiler options, and there are a lot of things that are commented here, and we will discuss most of the compiler options during our course. But right now, let's just discuss few of them. The target property defines what ECMAScript version are we going to support, and what browser versions are we going to support. So the oldest, probably ECMAScript 5, can help us to support really old browsers with that do not support like error function and all of that. But we'll probably the process of transpiling, the compilation process, as the output, we will get a lot of unnecessary JavaScript code. So our bundle can become really huge. And if we will go to the link that TypeScript suggests, we will see that it says that most modern browsers support ES6 feature. So it's a good choice. And because of that, let's define it as ECMAScript 6. And after that, let's create our main file. Let's call it app.ts. The files in the TypeScript should be named.ts, or the second option, we can define a definition file, which we will talk about a little bit later. For now, let's start from simple. App.ts is the definition of the TypeScript files, and inside of this file, I can create, I can define a basic JavaScript. Let's do app name app1. Let's create this as a constant. So this is like a basic JavaScript, and this is, I will try to demonstrate that you can use a basic JavaScript inside of the TypeScript file, and it should not lead to any error during the compilation phase. So how can we transpile the TypeScript to JavaScript? If we define TypeScript as a local dependency, we can let's say create a new script called the build, and in the build task we can define what should we do, how can we compile this to JavaScript. So the tsc as a TypeScript. After that, we can just provide our entry file app.ts. If we will run npm run build, it will generate exactly the same file, but it's going to be called app.js. So we support ECMAScript 6, but the output is not gonna be with the cons, it's gonna be with var. Let's do other example. Let's define an error function, get name, and we would return some kind of name. let's see how TypeScript gonna compile it to JavaScript. So we will type again npm run build. As an output, we should get app.js file. But here, as we can see, this is no longer an arrow function. This is the basic function. So TypeScript basically transpile the TypeScript to a JavaScript. But as we can see here, just a basic JavaScript. So it's not a big difference. And we will talk about the types, the union types, the type assertion in our next videos. For now, I'll just demonstrate the simple example where let's say that our app name is going to be string, and we can say I want to have only string for this variable. After colon, we can type string as a type. So here we can no longer assign any other type. We should get an error saying that the number is not assignable to type string. And if we will try to transpile it, we should get an error, the exact same error. So our VS Code editor, it can save our time to telling us that it's an error. Awesome. So this is our basic video, how to install TypeScript and how to use it in most simple way. I see you guys in our next videos where I will talk about the basic JavaScript, the basic TypeScript types. So see you guys. Bye.